In the blue corner, Mike Krasvanage.
All right, Mike is a debuter here at Arena Grappling. He's 0-0, obviously. He's from Gracie, Northeast PA. He's a blue belt, and he says he's first in multiple tournaments and super fights.
And in the red corner, Jonathan Pinghera.
All right, Jonathan, he is a vet here at Arena Grappling. He is a 1-3 his record, 2 submissions from Evolution Submission Grappling, purple belts. His experience is in jiu-jitsu and wrestling. All right, first match between Mike and Jonathan here. This is the first round for both of them. Looks like Jonathan elects to sit, full guard and knee. Right, you see Mike was kind of trying to work a little bit of like a headquarters passing position, but you see Jonathan is really kind of savvy to that, has his legs crossed underneath, trying to prevent some of the guard passing that Mike has available to him.
So Mike is going to want to make sure that John's not able to pull his weight too far forward because he's so far under the hips there. So he's doing a good job keeping that base nice and low, keeping his hips over John's feet there. Battle over the foot position here.
Yeah, you see Jonathan's got really good hooks. Like he's keeping what we call sticky hooks. He was keeping his feet connected to them, and now when he saw Nick or Mike kind of lower himself, he was able to get a little bit of that butterfly guard, working this half butterfly.
It's a nice overhook that he has there with his left arm, kind of keeping him toward one side. Looks like he's starting to set up the rubber guard here. Mike's going to want to lead this front circle up to his left a little bit. He needs to watch that arm on the rubber guard side. Some 10th planet stuff going on.
Yeah, just to show off a little bit of the flexibility he's got there. Oh, it looks like he's trying to walk up that triangle with both arms and maybe shoot for something like a dead orchard.
Yes, that high guard is a tricky position to deal with. Looks like
he's
going to get a sweep out of this here.
But now he's going to start to attack that right arm, looks like. Let's see a dead orchard here.
That arm is definitely in danger.
It is, and it's hard because, you know, when you have that locked-in triangle with both of your arm traps over your shoulder.
So going to step over the head. That was the right move.
Ooh.
Nicely done.
Nicely. Clear to that triangle there. Now it's kind of initiates an awkward scramble here.
It's almost like a funky roll position. He's looking for getting underneath that bottom hip of Jonathan. He's going to sit through now. He's going to win the hip battle here. Looking for some
Jonathan's trying to sit back to a heel hook here. He almost has a little bit of a bite. Not sure if he has full control of the rest of his leg, though.
I'm trying to see where the knee line is, because that's a super important part here. If Mike can keep his knee line clear, he should
that's
be
the one
okay.
thing. He just doesn't have control of the rest of the leg.
Yeah, see, this knee line battle is really important right here. So Jonathan's going to try to ride that up to the top. And he does, and he's making a nice adjustment there.
Right, stepping over, looks like.
Now he's got the knee line. There it is.
And we got a tap. First submission of this round. All right, so we got one submission by Jonathan Pinghera. So he's up 1-0 going into round 2 here. So we have a 30-second break. Okay, so this is the big thing about our endurance format. You know, it's really pushing these guys to their limits. So they only get a 30-second break in between rounds.
Not a lot of time to make adjustments. Which, you know, adjustments obviously in this 3-round format, the adjustments are going to be very, very important because okay, you lost in the first round, you got submitted, but if you can make the proper adjustments, then you still have a chance to, you know, come back and salvage the win. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments Mike is going to make.
All right, round 2, here we go. All right, we see Jonathan elect to sit again.
Looks like he's going to take the same approach as last time. Mike with a little bit more urgency there, not allowing the feet on the inside position.
Ooh, might see a buggy.
Just looking for it.
I mean, he's got a pretty good lockdown here with that buggy. But you see, Mike's like stepping over that leg, but he needs to kind of get a little bit of space. You know, start pushing away. He's starting to frame off of the face a little bit.
Good job. Do a little bit better job of getting Jonathan on one side or the other to try to kind of bring him down. There's a nice mount actually. So he's going to want to either throw grapevines in or see how he's working that elbow up and bring the knees up high and pinch. You don't want to sit on the hips too much from mount there because if your opponent starts bucking.
Yeah, if they've got really good hips themselves, they're going to start to toss it over.
You can see the space with that knee coming on the inside now. He's going to start to try to elevate. Nicely done.
Yeah, you see, Jonathan's got a lot of tricks with his legs there. You see a lot with his, like, you know, a lot of his guard retention, his hooks that he has, leg locks, even escaping mount there. That was all really with his hips and his legs.
Yeah, if I'm Mike and the way he's wrapping the ankle like that, I'm really trying to pressure into him. You can't let him get extended on the leg there. And again, we're going to see that knee line position battle here.
Yep.
He's
Ooh, he's
not
got
in a
a
good
bite.
spot right now.
He's got a bite.
He's got a.
I mean, just grabbing the head, that's almost delaying the inevitable, though.
So we're almost to a 50-50 here. He's got that figure four, so he's out of danger for the time being. It's always interesting to see how people try to progress forward from this position. This is the thing about these leg lock battles is it's kind of a shootout. It's 50-50. And
Yeah, especially if they're both sitting there, you know, they're not trying to stand up with it. It's, you know, they both have attacks. They both have heel hooks, you know, Texas clover leaves, toe holds, all that fun stuff.
so he's under the heel here, rolling through, and he's got the knee line beat. This is a fairly significant attempt here.
Oh, Jonathan was able to get that foot free. Now he's protecting his own foot again, but that seemed pretty tight there by Mike.
That was a decent attempt for sure.
Yeah, it's hard when it comes to 50-50, you know? It's like when you stand up with it, you still have to deal with prying those legs off of your hip because, you know, they start to push their legs right back into you when you're going right back down
Yes,
the
you end
mat.
up getting re-swept. And it's hard when you have to figure four to defend. You can't really go anywhere while you're initiating that figure four. So you're locking yourself in position as well. So
Yeah.
that's where this gets tricky to navigate.
Yeah, exactly. You're defending, but you're not really escaping
Right.
out of anything.
Yes.
So it's then hard to kind of push the action a little bit.
Right here, I would be working to clear my knee. Looking like he's trying to set up a saddle. It's not going to happen, and his knee's in danger here. He really needs to protect that heel.
Alright, so we got 1 minute left of action here. Are they going to stay in this 50-50 leg lock position here?
Yeah, you can see how it kind of just turns into this because there's really, it's really a hard thing to work your way out of unless like right here, if he was to stand and pull away, he could maybe try to come back in. But with short time, and you're working on a submission only to win the round,
We see more of like a little bit of a back take here. Oh,
see if somebody's just going to kind of throw caution to the wind here and try to get that sub within the last 30 seconds.
yeah, I think you can definitely see a little wear in their cardio right now.
Yeah, even though it doesn't look like much, that 50-50 position, it is tiring. Because
Yeah,
you're
'cause
really
I mean-
engaging your legs the entire time. It's a lot of up and down. It's a position that can definitely wear you out.
All right, so going into this third round, we got Jonathan Pinghera is up 1-0. So Mike needs a submission this round for it to go into overtime. And if neither gets a submission, then Jonathan would win by one submission.
Yeah, I think if you're Mike at this point, you have to figure out a way to get past the legs. When he did get past the legs a little bit there in the second round, he seemed to have success. He actually took it all the way to full mount. But I give the advantage to Pinghera here when he's out in front like this with these leg pummels. He's got slightly more options from there. So now we see Mike is going to pass.
And he was able to take the back there. He was able to hold on to it. Looks like he's trying to take the back off of this, which would be. Let's see what he's got off the back.
He's got that top seat belt. It looks like he's trying to use that to climb to throw the hooks in. They're doing a good job turning in there, just making sure that he's not able to get them hooks in and start working to flatten them out.
Yeah, because you got to think if it's Jonathan, he knows he's up, 1-0. Is he going to play it safe?
But and you can kind of see the urgency from Mike. He knows that he needs to get this done. He seems to be a little bit fresher of the two at this point.
It's not fun. Smother him. Make him uncomfortable.
We hear Mike's corner telling him to smother him, make him uncomfortable. Maybe that's what you do in this, just because it's the third round. You don't know how much fatigue is playing a factor in both of these guys. So if he can, really wear him out, and then hopefully maybe he makes a mistake and you can just get your way into a sub this third round.
Yep.
Tie it up.
Yep. Pinghera just did a nice job with a sneaky little regard to half here, and that's going to put Mike back in front of him, which is kind of where it seems like Pinghera wants him to be, so he can work underneath the hips here.
I see Jonathan maybe working a little bit of a shoulder crunch, but Mike was a little keen on it, was able to get that arm free.
Trying to step back in, looking like he's thinking about a knee cut. Belly here.
Yeah, so he's got like this, I think he's got knee on belly here, it looked like he was trying to go for a little bit of a DARS. But Jonathan uses his frames really well, between his arms and his legs. He keeps that space, so that the person on top really can't set anything up, and he's creating so much space for himself from the bottom that he just gets right back into his advantageous, guard retention.
Right. And those frames allow him to kind of stay up on his side there rather than getting flattened out without having to worry about Mike spinning behind his head and maybe attacking that top arm. So even though he's mounted right now, Mike needs to make something happen here.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for a mounted Ezekiel. Jonathan gives a thumbs up, though.
He's looking to work that knee back on the inside again. And now he's looking to possibly trap that. He can bring that leg through, which he does. Nice transition there. And he's on the heel.
Oh, does he have a bite?
You can't really see the position of the knee. It looks like he's a little bit clear.
Yeah, he's elevating his hips a little bit so that he can get that elbow kind of under so that he can get that bite on that heel.
Looks like he's going to want to turn up and go through now, which he does.
Yeah, might try to roll out of it. Jonathan's still keeping control of his foot though. Still doesn't have his knee free though.
Yeah, he does.
Nice, man. Short time. 20 seconds left. Come on.
So Mike really needs to just let it go.
Yeah, 20
He's got
seconds
20
left.
seconds
Go
to make
throw.
it happen.
You know, even from there, I don't know. I might be sitting back for my own like leg lock.
Yeah,
you know, if
gotta
you
just
haven't passed guard.
throw a Hail Mary pass.
Right, exactly. Like 20 seconds. It's gonna take a lot to pass guard to even set something.
And after 3 rounds of action, your winner, Jonathan Pinghera.
What's up, guys? Mr. Grappler, let's go, lady.
So Jonathan, it seemed more than anything else like it was a little bit more slow paced, but a grueling affair, right? That took place over time. Talk to me about what was going through your mind in such also a small and intimate environment like this cage, where it seemed like you could hear a pin drop.
Yeah, I mean, this one was a little bit of a tough one for me. I was battling through a couple of injuries, getting ready for this one. There was some stuff going on. He had pulled out at one point and then came back later, so it was just being prepared. I gassed out a little bit after that in the middle of that second round, but you know, excited to just get the job done.
Any potential future plans? Anyone that you might want to set the stage for?
Whoever, man. I'm just looking to compete, looking to have a good time and have fun. Big shout out to Mike. He's a great opponent. Thankful I could share the cage with him tonight.
Alrighty, your winner. Thank you very much.
Thank you. See you, Joe. Thank you.